So this is for the DeWalt drill that's having issues changing the speed. In my case, it was stuck in the position 1. So whether I would move it back and forth to the higher speed, it would still be going and operating at the low speed. So the issue is pretty simple. What you're going to do, you're going to take off all the screws. Some of these are Phillips, and then some of them are the torque. I think they're the torque star screws, whatever they're called, I forget. They're going to be located right here in all these spots. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're also going to want to cut. So this piece that runs up, you're going to kind of want to take a knife to cut this, and then right here again, because that's basically sealed. So once you have it off, we'll go ahead and test it with our battery. And the problem lies with this spring. So if you look here, this spring that normally sits, see this piece right here, you can see it's broken. So it grabs the two humps on this spring like so. Just imagine that grabbing. And so when you go to move it back and forth, the spring isn't fully operating as it's staying forward. So I'll go ahead and show you an example. So just showing you the example, we got our battery hooked up. So normal operation on speed 1, we're just going to imagine that this is sitting here hooked. So when you go to run it, you know, it runs normal. Now the issue is when you move it, when you pull it back, correct, it's not pulling back. After it's pulled back, we see it run at high speed. So that's going to be the issue. It's a simple fix. I could have just told you to order a new part or jimmy rig something. You could plastic weld this and fix it. I recommend you just ordering a new part. This is you can get it off of Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description, God willing. But just search for that part number and you should be good to go. These are pretty interchangeable across various models. So we'll go ahead and put this back on and reassemble the drill. That's going to be the fix. Quite simple, so don't go buying a new drill. So I'll just show you how it's done. This is our new piece, and you can compare it to the old one. Okay, we're seated, and both of them nice and firm. You can hear a good click. Okay, we'll put it back like that. That's 1, that's 2. All right, we'll get this back on. Go ahead and take off the battery. Make sure everything is lined up and closed, and we'll go ahead and start screwing our pieces. So you're going to need a T6, one of these for the torque part, and then just a small Phillips. Okay, your Phillips actually might have gone in these locations. Don't quote me on these. When you take them out, just be sure to keep track of where they came out. And honestly, it's not that big of a deal because whether you mix and match some of these, it's not going to make a difference. The Phillips is slightly longer, so for the longest socket hole, you're going to want to use the Phillips for those. But it's best just to keep a mental note of where these came out of. All right, now that we got our screws back in, we're going to go ahead and test it out. Move it to 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's it. Simple fix. Hope you found this video useful.